Before we go on, Jason, when you were on 2 years ago, one of the questions I had for you was about the genetic testing for the gene. And you said you would always counsel people and you wouldn't do it necessarily just to do it. There would have to be some maybe risk associated with it, or you'd have to have good
Some
reason,
rationale,
a
yeah.
rationale, correct. Has your viewpoint changed on that at all, or is it still pretty much the same?
Well, yes and no. There's the ApoE genotype testing has certainly entered into clinical practice for individuals who have either mild cognitive impairment or mild stage dementia caused by Alzheimer's, because those individuals have the option of taking anti-amyloid therapy. But in order to better understand the benefits of the therapy and the risks, they should get an ApoE test, because if you are an ApoE4 carrier, the drugs have higher risk compared to non-carriers of small bleeds in the brain and swelling. So for that group of people, mild cognitive impairment, mild stage dementia caused by Alzheimer's, considering therapy, ApoE testing is really part of their clinical practice. Now, of course, what's happened is many of those individuals have adult children and or other blood relatives. And so ApoE testing is starting to creep into their lives. You know, if you find out, for example, that your relative is a carrier, one or certainly two copies, and you're a blood relative, there's a good chance you're a carrier. And so now ApoE testing has sort of become, well, I know it's in my family and I'd like to know. Well, then why would you want to know? What would you do with your data? Becomes a very legitimate conversation for people to have. So, we're moving into an era where I think ApoE testing is going to become more and more part of either things you ought to know if you're considering therapy, or things you may want to know because you value the information for planning your life.